do you see? What do you see, I suppose, as the kind of key opportunities that we can embrace around workforce development going forward? And then I've got maybe a supplementary question around leadership and those sorts of skills.
Yeah, so thanks for the introduction, Stephen. I think to answer both those questions in one, to try and be as efficient as I can, I think we need to, as an industry, is face up to where we are. And I hear a lot in the media, as we all do, about climate emergency. And emergency is defined in the dictionary as a serious, unexpected, and often dangerous situation requiring immediate action. So I think, you know, with all the work we do with the Scottish Government, who are very ambitious about how we change and develop and improve the way we train people, we need to instill a bit of pace in how we actually train both our operatives, our skilled technicians, but also our leadership. And I think there's a lot to do in terms of the new technologies that are coming in that will allow us to reduce embodied and operational carbon. But going back to the leadership question, I think, you know, we've got a lot of key leaders around the industry, and in an emergency situation, people tend to do a number of things. Either they freeze and do nothing, or they wait until they're asked to help, or they take control and take charge of the situation. And I think a new set of leaders will emerge coming out the other side of this crisis, where people will start to take control and start to take charge. And I think we need to develop more of those leadership abilities. And a few of the panelists this morning have talked about the importance of collaboration, the importance of trust, the importance of transparency, of good communication. They're all behavioural things. They are things that we need to do more and more to develop in our leaders at government level, so we can start to get standards, policy and law that forces people to do the right thing through the procurement of the assets that we're collectively constructing. What I'm thinking out particularly is, you know, do all our architects that come out of university and do all of our designers who may come out of college or university fully understand how that asset that they've designed is going to behave and is going to live and how it's going to operate? Possibly not. Some do, many don't. So I think there's a huge amount to do around the behaviours that will allow us to develop the people who make a difference. Then there's a huge amount to do around design in terms of the components we use, how we assemble those components. People call it modern methods of construction, design for manufacture and assembly. But do we truly, when we are designing a road or a building or a tunnel or a hospital, do we truly think about at the point of design, what is the most efficient way to assemble this? And then once we've assembled it in a very efficient way, how will that building or asset operate over the life cycle that it's going to operate? So I think, to answer that question, I think there's a lot to do, but it does come back to leadership. It starts with the government, it goes through the supply chain, but I think our biggest, or one of the biggest issues is around design, because, you know, we need to get the design of our assets absolutely correct. And as well as training the new people we've got coming through our schools, our colleges and our universities, we might just have to go back and retrain the people who currently do these roles, our architects, our specifiers, our planners, our estimators. There might be a lot to do with retraining, but the ambition is there, and with the work we're doing, as you say, with the Scottish Apprenticeship Advisory Board, we are looking at more pace, more agility, more relevance than there's ever been for the needs of society, not just employers. So hopefully that answers that question, Stephen.